Only through my mental health treatment, people have collaborated with SAYS out of false pretense, giving it features it doesn't. They constantly stand around my life in collaboration through my place in my family's house since I've been an adult, oftentimes collaborating that my instances equate to other things. Oftentimes, I've hung out with friends back in teenagers or people my whole entire life had an issue with me going back into childhood. They had they would treat me as a flaw, social outcast, certain associations going back into early childhood to middle school, high school. I kind of hung out my own and collaborated with friends that accepted me. And even some of their associations had problems with me where I remember doing drugs and alcohol with these people on occasion or casually, or like a social thing type thing. I didn't do it regularly back when I was a teenager, where I ended up being in worse states through those drugs and recovering in those states, or trying to recover, where I pretty much recovered quickly at those times, but I was in a worse state during those times, like doing weed or whatever else with them, thinking it was just regular weed at maybe like 16, 17, 18. And then and I didn't do anything after that. I was scared of those types of things after that. And by the time I was probably, just move on with my life, I was a mentally coherent person. Really, people may have even made features of that equate to something else, but it was just a weird trip or whatever else. Then by the time I'm 19, I start suffering my family's house after meeting a guy that lied about being married at this time, seeking mental health treatment, where through that treatment, people have collaborated with SAYS out of false pretense to this day, where I'm an outpatient. Even the professional fields that may work with a diagnosis. I constantly pay into evidence. There's multiple people that conspire with my place in my own life since I've been adult. As a person in society, they act like they could treat me any way that I want as I become a young adult, having with her own life, living through her family's house.
Hey, Kay, can you throw all that trash? Like, we just cleaned that. Kelsey just cleaned all of that, and there's a trash can right there.
Yes.
But you're not going to. You're just going to make more TikToks saying you're an adult when you can't even clean up your own area.
But anyways, like I said, through my mental health diagnosis, they've like I said, I've been a person in society outpatient mental health diagnosis. People have collaborated with SAYS on me through that diagnosis out of false pretense. They've also tried to collaborate. People that may have always had a jealousy thing with me, it seems, since I've been a teenager, that they seem to always have an issue with what I was in my own life. I remember back in teenage years, girls, I had friends, family associations. They would show signs of shutting me or having an issue with what I was to my own friends in social life, even try to steal them from me. Friends that I did have, I had few friends, and I've always been the same. I was a pretty girl, I thought, back then, and addressed myself. I took pride in myself, and I usually just kept to myself. I was a happy child or whatever else as well. I was in dance early on from 7 to 14. I communicated with people about funny subjects, a subject at hand. I had a good personality. I remember I would only talk when people would talk to me as well in teenage years.